Islam, the second largest world religion and growing. Islam is the second largest religion in the world after Christianity, with more than 2 billion Muslims worldwide. Although the religion of all the prophets was Islam, scholars typically date the creation of Islam to the 7th century, making it the youngest of the major world religions. Islam started in Mecca, in modern-day Saudi Arabia during the time of the Prophet Muhammad's life. Today, the faith is spreading rapidly throughout the world. Some facts about Islam. The word Islam means submission to the will of God. Followers of Islam are called Muslims. Muslims are monotheistic and worship one all-knowing God, who in Arabic is known as Allah. Followers of Islam aim to live a life of complete submission to Allah. They believe that nothing can happen without Allah's permission, but humans have free will. Islam teaches that Allah's word was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad through the angel Gabriel. Muslims believe starting from Adam, many other prophets were sent to teach Allah's law. They respect some of the same prophets as Jews and Christians, including Abraham, Moses, Noah, and Jesus. Muslims contend that Muhammad was the final prophet of God. Mosques are places where Muslims worship. Some important Islamic holy places include the Kaaba shrine in Mecca, the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem, and the Prophet Muhammad's mosque in Medina. The Quran is the word of God and is the major holy text of Islam. The Hadith is another important book, which is the compilation of the sayings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. Followers worship Allah by praying and reciting the Quran. They believe in one God, in the angels of God and the books and messengers of God, that there will be a day of judgment and life after death. Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam, the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, was born in Mecca, Saudi Arabia in 570 AD. Muslims believe he was the final prophet sent by God to reveal their faith to mankind. According to Islamic texts and tradition, an angel named Gabriel visited Muhammad in 610 AD while he was meditating in a cave. The angel ordered Muhammad to recite the words of Allah. Muslims believe that Muhammad continued to receive revelations from Allah throughout the rest of his life. Starting in about 613, Muhammad began preaching throughout Mecca the messages he received. He taught that there was no other God but Allah, and that Muslims should devote their lives to this God. In 622, Muhammad traveled from Mecca to Medina with his supporters. This journey became known as the Hijrah and marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar. Some 7 years later, Muhammad and his many followers returned to Mecca and conquered the region. He continued to preach until his death in 632. Abu Bakr. After Muhammad's passing, Islam began to spread rapidly. A series of leaders known as caliphs became successors to Muhammad. The system of leadership, which was run by a Muslim ruler, became known as a caliphate. The first caliph was Abu Bakr, Muhammad's father-in-law and close friend. Abu Bakr died about 2 years after he was elected and was succeeded in 634 by Caliph Umar, another father-in-law of Muhammad. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. Caliphate system. When Umar has passed away 6 years after being named Caliph, Uthman, Muhammad's son-in-law, took the role. With the passing of Uthman, Ali ibn Abu Talib, Muhammad's cousin and son-in-law, was selected as the next caliph. During the reign of the first 4 caliphs, Arab Muslims conquered large regions in the Middle East, including Syria, Palestine, Iran, and Iraq. Islam also spread throughout areas in Europe, Africa, and Asia. The caliphate system lasted for centuries and eventually evolved into the Ottoman Empire, which controlled large regions in the Middle East from about 1517 until 1917, when World War I ended the Ottoman reign. The Quran. The Quran is considered the most important holy book among Muslims. It contains some basic information that is found in the Hebrew Bible, as well as revelations that were given to Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. The text is considered the sacred word of God and supersedes any previous writings. Most Muslims believe that Muhammad's scribes wrote down his words, which became the Quran. Muhammad himself was never taught to read or write. The book is written with Allah as the first person, speaking through Gabriel to Muhammad. It contains 114 chapters, which are called surahs. Scholars believe the Quran was compiled shortly after Muhammad's death under the guidance of Caliph Abu Bakr. Islamic calendar. The Islamic calendar, also called the Hijra calendar, is a lunar calendar used in Islamic religious worship. The calendar began in the year 622 AD, celebrating the journey of Muhammad from Mecca to Medina. The Islamic calendar includes the proper days of Islamic holidays and celebrations, including the period of fasting and prayer known as Ramadan, which occurs during the 9th month of the calendar. Islam symbols. As in many religions, there is no single image or symbol of Islam that is universally accepted by all Muslims worldwide. The crescent moon and star has been adopted in some predominantly Muslim countries as a symbol of Islam, though the crescent moon and star image is believed to predate Islam and was originally a symbol of the Ottoman Empire. The color green is also sometimes associated with Islam, as it was reportedly a favorite color of Muhammad's and is often featured prominently in the flags of predominantly Muslim countries. 5 pillars of Islam. Muslims follow 5 basic pillars that are essential to their faith. These include Shahada, to declare one's faith in God and belief in Muhammad. Salat, to pray 5 times a day at dawn, noon, afternoon, sunset, and evening. Zakat, to give to those in need. Sawm, to fast during Ramadan. Hajj, to make a pilgrimage to Mecca at least once during a person's lifetime if the person is able. Sharia law. Islam's legal system is known as Sharia law. This faith-based code of conduct directs Muslims on how they should live in nearly every aspect of their lives. Sharia law requires men and women to dress modestly. It also outlines marriage guidelines and other moral principles of Muslims. If crimes are committed, Sharia law is known for its harsh punishment. For example, the punishment for theft is amputating a person's hand. Adultery can carry the penalty of death by stoning. Muslim prayer. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, is credited with building the first mosque in the courtyard of his house in Medina. Mosques today follow some of the same principles he established in 622 AD. Muslim prayer is often conducted in a mosque's large open space or outdoor courtyard. A mihrab is a decorative feature of niche in the mosque that indicates the direction to Mecca and therefore the direction to face during prayer. Men and women pray separately, and Muslims may visit a mosque 5 times a day for each of the prayer sessions. In addition to hosting prayers, mosques often function as public gathering places and social centers. Muslim holidays. The 2 major Muslim holidays are Eid al-Adha celebrates the Prophet Abraham's willingness to sacrifice his son for Allah. Eid al-Fitr marks the end of Ramadan, the Islamic holy month of fasting. Muslims also celebrate other holidays, such as the Islamic New Year and the birth of Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. Islam today. In recent years, Islam's supposed association with terrorism and mass murder has sparked a political debate in some countries. However, Islam has nothing to do with violence, extremism, or terrorism. While Muslims aim to clear up misconceptions about their faith, their religion continues to spread rapidly. Today, Islam is the world's fastest growing religion. Experts predict Islam will surpass Christianity as the largest religion by the end of the century.